Over the past 10 years, China's naval modernization has been nothing short of remarkable. At the heart of this transformation is the Type 052D guided missile destroyer, sometimes referred to as the Chinese equivalent of the Aegis class. With 38 completed and more under construction, the pace of shipbuilding has been compared to an assembly line. Yet despite this industrial success, one question continues to puzzle military analysts. Why hasn't a single 052D been exported? Technically advanced and built for high-intensity naval operations, the Type 052D destroyer represents a major leap in Chinese naval capabilities. Weighing approximately 7,000 tons, it is equipped with a 64-cell vertical launch system capable of housing a versatile mix of munitions: the YJ-21 hypersonic missile, the HQ-9B long-range air defense missile, and the CJ-10 land attack cruise missile, among others. These allow the ship to carry out both offensive and defensive operations across a broad range of maritime scenarios. Its combat potential, by most assessments, rivals or even surpasses similarly classed destroyers from other countries, particularly when compared to Russian or even some Western alternatives. What's more, its cost, approximately 3.5 billion yuan, or around $500 million per unit, is considered competitive by global standards. However, when designed for export, the price tag is much steeper. Estimates suggest that a foreign client might pay over $1 billion per vessel, not including ongoing operational and maintenance expenses. These costs often add another 15% to 20% annually due to specialized radar systems, replenishment requirements, and precision-guided munitions. This financial hurdle narrows the field of potential buyers considerably. For example, Iran, rumored to be interested in acquiring the ship, would need to commit about 7% of its $15 billion annual defense budget just to buy one. The long-term maintenance costs would add continuous pressure to its already strained military finances. Wealthier nations such as Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates might have the resources, but the ship's size presents operational limitations in their regional waters. The average depth of the Persian Gulf is only around 35 meters, which restricts the maneuverability of large 7,000-ton vessels. In contrast, the smaller and more versatile 054A frigate, at around 4,000 tons, better fits the practical needs of these states. Beyond technical and financial constraints, the international arms trade is deeply intertwined with geopolitics. The potential sale of the 052D to Iran, for instance, would carry strategic implications far beyond commerce. For Tehran, acquiring such a vessel would enhance its deterrent posture in the face of U.S. and Israeli maritime dominance. But for China, finalizing such a deal could invite diplomatic backlash, economic sanctions, and deterioration of relationships with Gulf allies. Moreover, selling advanced warships like the 052D is not just about transferring hardware, it means sharing a whole ecosystem. The destroyer is part of an integrated combat network, supported by space-based reconnaissance, airborne early warning platforms, and replenishment ships. Its full functionality depends on seamless coordination with satellites and data-sharing systems that are currently exclusive to the Chinese military. In other words, without access to China's broader strategic infrastructure, the 052D becomes a far less effective tool in a foreign navy's hands. This systemic dependency has become a key barrier to export. Some analysts liken selling the 052D to offering a high-end smartphone to a customer without the necessary mobile network. It may look powerful on paper, but in the absence of essential infrastructure, its true capabilities are diminished. Even close partners like Pakistan have opted for smaller, less complex alternatives. Islamabad selected the 054A/P frigate, which offers strong performance at lower cost and with fewer integration requirements. Likewise, Thailand recently procured the Type 071E amphibious dock ship, another example of China's successful but selective military export strategy. From a strategic standpoint, China may not feel pressured to promote the 052D in the export market. The People's Liberation Army Navy plan has an internal demand for around 70 ships of this class. With 38 already completed, production is likely to continue steadily. Shipyards in Dalian and Jiangnan routinely build multiple units simultaneously, with some reaching sea trials in as little as 20 months, a speed unmatched by most Western shipbuilders. These ships are deployed primarily to China's key maritime frontiers. In the East China Sea, Type 052DS form part of a security cordon near the Taiwan Strait. In the South China Sea, they accompany carrier strike groups and patrol contested waters. A fleet of 10 such destroyers can effectively monitor vast swaths of ocean, offering both deterrence and rapid response capability. While the Type 055 is the plan's premier destroyer, its high operating costs make it impractical for everyday use. The 052D, by contrast, offers a high-low balance, handling 80% of operational needs while freeing up heavier assets for specialized missions. In this context, the absence of international buyers for the 052D may not be a commercial failure, but a strategic choice. For China, retaining these vessels for domestic deployment supports its long-term naval ambitions and offers greater control over its military technology. In conclusion, the story of the Type 052D is not simply one of supply and demand. It is a window into the complex interplay between military capability, financial reality, and geopolitical strategy. The ship itself is impressive, but selling it would require buyers to make enormous commitments in logistics, politics, and national alignment. For now, at least, the 052D remains a tool designed not for the global marketplace, but for China's own vision of maritime power.